at, Paula? Where you at? Oh, there you are. Okay. There you are. Okay. Hello, family and friends and fellow YouTubers. It's Kim here from Hancock Homestead and Gardens. And today is Wednesday. So that means it's time for a walk around Wednesday. Isn't that right, Paula? Yeah, you're ready to go. And it's the middle of October. So it's kind of a chilly, gloomy day. It's not super cold yet, but it's just kind of on the chilly side. So I had to dig out my hooded jacket this morning. But yeah, we're just going to take a walk around the homestead and kind of look at the way everything's kind of dwindling down in the garden. And just look at some of the changes going on. So, all right, you ready? Okay, here we go. We're going to start out at the chicken house first, which is right over there. All right, we'll go ahead. Okay, so they did still have water, so I don't have to worry about refilling those today, but they did need food. Hello, Spice. Are you going to go in and eat, huh? Yeah, I put you some food in there. That's her hole that she gets in and out of. See, there she goes. Alright, and there are the pumpkins that we've gotten this year. We got a bunch of the tiny ones. I've already taken some of the tiny ones inside. Then we have these two larger ones. And my giant pumpkin, I'll show you it in just a minute. Yes, how are you ladies? Yeah, I'm not going to throw any sunflower seeds today because I gave you guys a whole bunch of the yucky apples. Yeah, go eat those apples. And plus there's grass on the other side. Yeah. I see you've been pecking at some of them. Alright. It's a gloomy, gloomy day out here, isn't it, guys? Alright, let's go here and look, see what John's been doing over here. I know what he's been doing. He's been raking up the walnuts. Yep, it's that time of year. We got all of these walnuts to get picked up and processed. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to hull a black walnut. And they're not super easy. They are not super easy. There's that morning train. I don't know if we have any pecans this year or not. We had a really good, yeah, they're coming on. They're not quite there yet. See? Look. You can see though that they are starting to crack out. You see them in there? Yep, there they are. They'll come out of those green pods and they'll drop on the ground, and then that's when we know it's time to pick them up. So we have a bunch. Actually, we do have a bunch. Whoops, sorry about the shakes, guys. Yep. So yeah, we'll have pecans here pretty soon too. Yep, so we have pecans and then we have a walnut tree. And we have a woodpecker somewhere. I don't know if you can hear him or not, but he's around here. Yeah, there he is. I'll see if I can get him before he flies off. I thought I would share this with you too. This is the tombstone of the first Hancock. Can you see that word? Hancock. Austin Hancock. And he died in 1891, it looks like. No, 1881. Yeah. And no, he's not buried there. He was actually buried in an old cemetery, but when they were replacing the tombstones or something, they decided to bring this one back to us because it's so old. Apollo picking up one stick at a time. Are you helping pick up sticks? Huh? One stick at a time? I know. All right. Here we go. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot, guys, because the row garden did pretty good this year. Not the best. We've had better row gardens. But this is a new spot for it. So it kept wanting to overgrow with weeds. We had some cucumber patches in there. A couple of rows of corn. Our pumpkins were down here at the end. I think I got them all. Didn't see any more. We had 3 hills and we got 2 pumpkins. We would have had 3 pumpkins, but John hit one of them with a lawnmower and cut it just enough that it started to rotten. He's a happy dog. These walks make him very, very happy. It'll get better as we work it. Our box gardens did awesome though. But they are getting down to the very last. We're going to have a frost in a couple of days and then they'll be gone for sure. But I mean, we still have quite a few of these Romas coming on. I'll send John out today. He likes to pick too. Get the rest of them off of there. We'll probably dig these boxes up this weekend and work on getting them ready for fall and winter. Gosh, I don't know. Look at all those Romas down in there. I didn't think Romas were supposed to last that long. And then here are Better Boys. Still got a lot of them too. We're going to have to figure out a different way for staking because as you can see they kind of overtook the stakes and went on across the boxes and everything. But hey, they're still producing. You don't always have to have a pretty garden to have a good garden. Look at that Better Boy down in there. Look at those. Yep. But they're not going to be here much longer because, like I said, it's going to frost here soon and we're going to lose them all. Those are celebrities. Here are the green peppers. We still got a lot of them. So, don't look at the weeds, guys. I have not been out here to weed. I have been too busy taking care of family obligations. Got a ton of these tomato berries still coming on. I don't know if y'all can see them down in there. Let me take you over and show you the Atlantic gigantic pumpkin. So, here's the plant. Yep, that's all the bigger it got. Here are some flowers you can see. And here is, there is my Atlantic gigantic pumpkin, which looks like it's been eaten by something. So, I will try to grow the biggest pumpkin next year. I did really good on growing the smallest pumpkins. I tell you, those mini pumpkins turned out awesome. And then this one, it did not do anything. So, yeah, I don't know. This ground was not tilled up. So, I'm afraid that probably the ground was just too pacted. The soybeans look pretty. They were prettier the other day. When I did my walk on Monday, the sun was shining. They were shining. Everything was so golden. And today we just kind of have gloom. Yep. You guys have seen us play in the barn. If you haven't, I would suggest you go check that video out. That is so much fun. I'll go check out the pond today. I appreciate everyone that's joined me, all my loyal subscribers, all my new subscribers, and I appreciate you sticking through the longer videos. When you're canning, it's just hard to get them under 15 minutes, and I haven't had a whole lot of time for editing. So I've been a little bit slacking off on cutting. I've been doing a little bit longer. Got all those cattails. This, friends, is a milkweed. These are our monarch butterflies' friends. These pods will open. Well, this one's not going to today because it's wet. But when they get super dry, they open. And then inside, I think I've shown you before though, inside are seed pods. Well, come on. There they go. Yep. See those seed pods in there? And those take off and they fly with the wind. The wind usually carries them away. And then they have new milkweed. And milkweed is the only plant that a butterfly will lay its eggs on, or a monarch butterfly will lay its eggs on. So, if you want to help out the monarch populations, make sure you have some of these around. Okay. Try to get this walk finished before it rains. This barn is 130 years old. 130 years old, guys, and it's still standing. Hey, Spice. Were you hiding in the barn? Huh? That's where John parks his car. That's where they used to park the buggy. When they used to do horse and buggies, that's where the buggy would go. Right there. Okay, guys, and so when you walk into the century-old barn, over a century, this big open spot here was, you know, where they would store the implements and the hay and feed and that kind of stuff. And then over here in these stalls is where the mules would stay, the mules that would pull those implements. And then on this side over here, the buggy was right there where the car is at. But then down there where we have storage is where the horse went. They had one great big horse that would pull the buggy. And then hay lofts. Sorry guys, have the shakes today. Oh my gosh. And then there's another hay loft up there. And then now that we don't have mules anymore, when the kids were in 4-H, we used to raise rabbits, and we had rabbit cages sitting all along there. Now it's kind of storage, but I really want to go back to having rabbits again sometime. And goats. I would love to have goats. When we used to have cattle out here in this pasture, that there was the feed barn. We would put the cow food in here. We had a trough sitting out next to it. And you would just open the doors and shovel out the feed into the trough. But we don't have cows anymore, and now it's sitting empty. I was thinking maybe about moving the turkeys over here. We'll see. It'd be a nice shed for turkeys, I think. Okay. We're retired now, so this pasture land now gets rent out to a farmer who mows it twice a year and then bales it for his cattle. And then John gets part of the, or John gets paid so much per bale. So if you're looking for a way to make money on your homestead, you might want to think about renting out your pasture land to a local farmer for hay. And then if you have any cropland, you might want to think about renting out your cropland to a farmer for produce. Because we have two farmers that rent our land. One farmer does crops and the other farmer does hay. And I know there's probably some people going, I would not rent to a farmer because they use chemicals. Well, that's true, guys. But there are a lot of farmers nowadays that are going organic. So you might have to ask around and go up to your local farmers co-op and ask and see if there's anyone that's farming organically. There are the two new lilacs that I put out in honor of Emma and Jeffrey. My Golden Delicious still have a few. I think I'll pick one for a snack. That stuff is called cedar apple rust, but it does not harm the inside of the apple. The outside looks a little funky, but when you take the peeling off, still got really good meat inside. Now you can spray to take rid of that, but we don't spray. So, and then our apple trees, oh my goodness. Apples on the ground. Apples in the tree. Look at that. Look how many apples are still in this tree. What we have is a spider up there. I don't know if I can capture him or not. Yeah. Anyway. So, I came out today and I'm picking apples again. I picked this whole side right here. There's no apples on the ground here because they're all in the buckets. Yep, I still got more picking to do. I finally called a friend who does apple cider, hayride, weenie roast, get together for her church and friends. and said, hey, come get apples. They're free, just for the picking. Alright, let's walk around here and look at the cottage garden. More of those beautiful, and now we'll take a walk through the cottage garden, which isn't hardly anything anymore, because all the flowers are dying back. But I do leave a few out still, because I have seen butterflies out here on them still. I don't see any today. They're probably all hiding from this gloomy weather. I think all the hummingbirds have headed south. There's a pretty one. Zinnias last a long time. Zinnias will give your garden color all the way from spring through fall. Yep, but they're starting to die back, as you can tell. Now these are perennials here. And if I come out and I flick these seeds, then I'll have more of these. And they're nice plants. They get that real bright red, which is, I'm trying to make my primary color for this garden. And these things have lasted from spring through fall. I mean, not all of them. Of course, you have some that die, but I mean, look at that. It's middle of October. These are still really pretty bright red. So, the old pump. You guys have seen us use that. It actually works. In fact, a lot of times when John waters the chickens, he brings the waters over here and pumps out the water. But when I do it, I usually use the hose. Got my bird feeders filled. They're about halfway done now. We've had quite a few birds come visit. So, alright guys, well, that's it for this walk around. I hope you enjoyed it.